evening, everyone! Kumain ng gulay upang maging malusog at humaba ang buhay. Tonight, let us talk about malunggay, the benefits and its nutritional content, so that we will be all excited every time we eat malunggay. Are you ready to discover the secrets of malunggay? Per serving contains calcium, equivalent to 4 glasses of milk. Calcium is a mineral that is necessary for life, in addition to building bones and keeping them healthy. Calcium enables our body to clot, our muscles to contract, and our heart to beat. About 99% of the calcium in our bodies is in our bones and teeth. Vitamin C, equivalent to 7 oranges. The body requires vitamin C to form and maintain bones, blood vessels, and skin. Vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid. Vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin, one that cannot be stored by the other body except in insignificant amounts. Potassium, equivalent to 3 bananas. Potassium is a mineral and an electrolyte. It helps your muscles work, including the muscles that control your heartbeat and breathing. Potassium comes from the food you eat. Your body uses the potassium it needs. The extra potassium that your body does not need is removed from your blood by your kidneys. Malunggay has 3 times iron nutrient compared to spinach. Iron is a mineral that is naturally present in many foods, added to some food products, and available as a dietary supplement. Iron is an essential component of hemoglobin, red blood cell protein that transfers oxygen from the lungs to the tissues. Malunggay has 4 times vitamin A content compared to the carrots. Vitamin A is important for a normal vision, the immune system, and reproduction. Vitamin A also helps the heart, lungs, and other organs work properly. Malunggay has 2 times protein compared to milk. Protein is a micronutrient that is essential to building muscle mass. Once again, I would like to say again to all children, kumain ng gulay upang maging malusog at humaba ang buhay. See you next time for another health tips. Healthy lifestyle, longer life.
The Father has a plan, though it's hard to see it now. You feel you're walking all alone, but He is there, no doubt. When the sun for Kids!
Good evening! It's good to see you again tonight. Welcome! Tonight, we have a very special story. It's called The Forgotten Dream. How many of you slept last night? Raise your hand. How many of you had a dream last night? Raise your hand again. You know, I had a dream not long ago. It was a very exciting dream. Who can tell me what I dreamed about? What? You can't tell me my dream? Why? Of course, you can't tell me what I dreamed about because only God can see into our minds and hearts. Only God knows what goes on in there. Sometimes, we have silly dreams or scary dreams. Sometimes our dreams come from our own thoughts and ideas. Often, they're all mixed up in strange ways. But God can use a dream to tell us something very important. Some of God's most important messages have come to people in dreams. The Bible tells about a king who lived long ago. His name was King Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was a very great king. In fact, he ruled the whole world. His capital city, Babylon, was very beautiful. People called it one of the 7 wonders of the world. Nebuchadnezzar was very, very rich. He was also very powerful. People bowed low when Nebuchadnezzar came around. No one dared to make Nebuchadnezzar angry. If Nebuchadnezzar was unhappy with you, he might cut off your head. When Nebuchadnezzar was in good mood, he proclaimed special feasts and other good things for his people. But when Nebuchadnezzar was unhappy, his servants were afraid. Would he shout at them? Would he send them to prison? Would he kill some of them? One day, Nebuchadnezzar looked very angry. So, his servants trembled. The king shouted, "Call all my counselors and wise men." Soon, all the most important men in Babylon rushed to the palace. They wondered why the king wanted them. They had a feeling something bad was about to happen. The king looked worried. He told the counselors, "Last night I had a dream that worried me very much. I want you to tell me what it means." Phew, this didn't sound so bad. The counselors were sure they could figure out the meaning for the king's dream. They bowed very low. "O king, live forever. Just tell us your dream and we will tell you what it means." The king began to shout, "No, you fools! Don't you understand? I can't remember my dream. That's why I called you here. You're supposed to be wise men. Now, tell me what I dreamed. If you don't tell me my dream, I'll cut you into pieces. Tell me my dream." Not all of the king's counselors were there that day. Daniel and his 3 friends have not been called with the others. They were surprised when the king's executioner knocked at their door. The executioner told them, "Prepare to die." The young men could hardly believe their ears. "Why? What did we do?" The executioner explained what had happened. He told them, "I've come to take you to prison. You will be killed with all the other wise men." Right then, Daniel asked God to help him. And right then, God gave Daniel the idea. God also gave Daniel courage to go to King Nebuchadnezzar And Daniel told him, I can show you your dream. Just give me some time. That was very bold of you, Daniel, wasn't it? Would you have that courage to go before a great king? We can be as brave as Daniel when we serve Daniel's God. Who was that God? Yes, it was the God of heaven. The same God who created our world, the God of heaven, is much stronger than the strongest king on earth. The king's other counselors did not serve the God of heaven. They worshipped idols. Their gods could not think or feel or move. They could never help anyone. But Daniel's God was a mighty God, a God who could do anything. Now Daniel and his friends prayed to their mighty God. They said, You know what the king dreamed. Please show us his dream and tell us what it means. That night, while Daniel was sleeping, God sent him a dream. It was the same dream that King Nebuchadnezzar had. It was the dream that King Nebuchadnezzar had forgotten. God also showed Daniel what the dream meant. When Daniel woke up, he could hardly wait to tell the king. But first, he and his friends thanked God for answering their prayers. Then, Daniel hurried to see the king. Nebuchadnezzar was pleased to see him. He asked, Are you able to tell me my dream? Can you show me what it means? Daniel shook his head. No one in the world can do such a thing. King Nebuchadnezzar started to get angry. He started to shout, Take him away! Put him to death! But Daniel had something more to say. He told the king, There is a God in heaven who reveals secrets, and this great God gave you a dream to show you what will happen in the future. Daniel said, While you were in your bed, you were wondering what would happen in the years to come. King Nebuchadnezzar nodded his head. That's right. That's exactly what I was thinking. Then Daniel told the king what he had dreamed. You saw a great image. The head of the image was of gold. The chest and the arms were of silver. The belly and the thighs were of brass. The legs were of iron, and the toes were of iron mixed with clay. A huge stone struck the image and broke it into pieces. The stone grew bigger and bigger until it filled the whole earth. By now, Nebuchadnezzar was very excited. Yes, that's what happened. The God of heaven told you exactly what I dreamed. But what does it all mean? Daniel told the king that each part of the image had a meaning. Each metal stood for a kingdom that would rule the world. The head of gold was Babylon. This was Nebuchadnezzar's own kingdom. Babylon was strong and rich and beautiful, but it would not last forever. Another kingdom would conquer Babylon. It would not be as rich as Babylon, but the silver kingdom would rule the world. After a while, the silver kingdom would grow weaker. Another kingdom would conquer it. This brass kingdom would control the world. Then a fourth kingdom would come. This kingdom would be as strong and as cruel as iron. But even the iron kingdom would not last. It would be divided into many kingdoms. Some are strong as iron, and others are as weak as clay. But that was not the end of the dream. A rock rolled toward the image. It smashed it into pieces. The rock became a huge mountain. It grew bigger and bigger until it filled the whole earth. This was talking about the day when Jesus would come. He would set up his kingdom of peace and love. This kingdom would last forever. When Daniel finished explaining the dream, King Nebuchadnezzar praised and worshiped the God of heaven. For a little while, he forgot that he was the king of Babylon. Who was he in comparison with the great God of heaven? Now that Nebuchadnezzar knew his dream, he decided to let all his wise men out of prison. As for Daniel, the king did something extra special for him. The Bible says, the king made Daniel a great man and gave him many great gifts and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon. Imagine, Daniel was a very young man, but he became the ruler right next to the king. That's the sort of thing that God can do for those who serve Him.
Heaven is for kids.